Tales of the Funky. One of the things that surprised me, being that it was on the Sons of the P Digital Underground, is that it's, even though Shock and Hump and other voices are on there, it's really you rapping, and it's your song on a Digital Underground album. So how did that even end up happening to where it wasn't more Shock G or more Humpty Humper? Why did you end up being the main vocalist on it?
Well, when I had somebody took me out to I think it was the name studio was Starlight, I think it is. That used to be in like Richmond, where Shock and them used to record. Somebody took me to the studio because they liked the song, they had heard it, and I had already recorded it. I rapped in there. I had did a whole rap. It was my song. But when Shock heard it, Shock, man, I'm serious, man, went just like this. Oh my God, Shorty, I gotta have this on the album right now. And he was just about to turn his album in. He stopped and took a song. I don't know which song he took off. He took a song off the Sons of the P album and put Tales of the Funky on it. We went in that night and laid it, and I did a little ad lib. Shorty B, Tales of the Funky, you know what I'm saying? So it's like but it's like the minute he heard that song, man, it was just like, it was no question in his mind that he had to have that song that night, and it had to go on the Sons of the P album. It happened just that fast. It's like soon as Shock heard it, it's like, and you listen to the lyrics, it blew his mind because he got it. Because, that's where we were from, you know what I'm saying? But he listened to the words and everything I was saying. He got it, you know what I'm saying? He knew everything I was talking about, who I was talking about, and where the titles and the lyrics were coming from. You know what I'm saying? So he put the song on the album, and then one day, Shock say, man, I've been with Digital Underground maybe 8 or 9 months, and Shock say, man, we're doing a show up under the Golden Gate Bridge tomorrow. It's Saturday. So, okay, I said, cool. So I went with Shock and them, went with Digital Underground, performed under the Golden Gate Bridge. But when I got there, guess who was opening up?
Who?
Sugar Band them.
Really?
Oh, man, EU, yeah. So I played with EU, played the Congos, because the Congo player, Smokey didn't make it, he missed the flight. So I ended up playing with EU first, and then ended up performing with Digital Underground. After that, it was crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? But I had no idea the band that was there, and they looked up and saw me, man. They you know what I'm saying? It was crazy, man.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Yeah, it was crazy. Right up under the Golden Gate Bridge. Yeah.
Yeah, and also at the end of Tales of the Funky, you shout out, "If there wasn't no Shock G, there'd be no me." So break it down. What were you meaning?
Well, you know what I'm saying? Because that was my first, rap record. I had made a record. I did that before I met Shorty. I met Shock first. And that record put me in the rap game. That's my first record. Producing, writing, everything. That's my first, check. Just being in the rap game. And then to hear your song on the radio a few times, I'm like, okay, this might be cool. And after that, you know what I'm saying? I brought Pee Wee over to the Dangerous crew, and that's pretty much history.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And what was it about Short and Ant Banks and the crew in general that were so open to live musicianship? Because they had already been using it, but what made them embrace it even more when you guys started coming?
I believe that was just it. To be around some real 100% shit. They wasn't around nobody like me. They ain't never met nobody like me. Just keeping it 100. You know what I'm saying? I was funky as it got. I mean, up live and in person. They ain't never met nobody. They were too young. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm 5-10 years older than some of those guys. They hadn't really never met nobody, but we respected each other's talent. You know what I'm saying? That's how me and Banks ended up doing MC and Dangerous Dane, because, you know what I'm saying, he couldn't really play in nothing, and I played damn near everything. You know what I'm saying? So, after recording with Banks a few times, it kind of, it taught me, the rap game. And then after, getting a record, my first record, to go that I got production and writers on, you know what I'm saying? To go, just my first time out, which was Tales of the Funky. When Gold, I'm like, man, okay. And then I went the next song I did after that was In the Trunk, because I went over to this Too Short. The first song I did was In the Trunk. Me and Banks, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Banks did the program, the drums, but I put all the music, you know what I'm saying? You know. And then eventually I bought Pee Wee. I like, man, you need to come over here with me because, you know what I'm saying, there's so many of y'all, you know, and Shock play everything too. So it's going to be hard to get some publishing over here. You might want to come over here with me. Because ain't nobody over here play nothing but me.
Right. But then even that still, how did your relationship with Shock G evolve after Sons of the P?
Me and Shock was always, you know, we had a musician homeboy relationship, you know what I'm saying? Every time you got us anywhere together and there was the instruments around, we finna set it off. You know what I'm saying? It happens every time. Just like you can hear on I think that's the Dangerous Crew. It's a song in there called Funk Session with me, Shock, and Too Short just in the studio. Shock halfway tipsy, Short a little bit drunk. And I just made up a beat right there. They put it on the album. That whole beat was freestyling. It was all totally live. And you hear Shock G talking and rapping, and it's like you know, it's like it's just live. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay. Now, with In the Trunk, since that's on the Shorty the Pimp album, that's probably my favorite song. I wanted to get from you with rap at this time. This is like 1992. Rap had gotten away from a lot of the songs at the end, probably having all that instrumentation, and you guys have it on Something to Ride To. You have it on several songs on Shorty the Pimp. Why do you remember the thought or what Short or why you guys added all that instrumentation at the end with no vocals?
Man, you know what I'm saying? They knew they had the funk in their presence, dog. You know what I'm saying? They knew what it was. You know, it wasn't too many people really putting it down like that at the time. Me, Stan the Guitar Man, and I think DJ Quick had a couple of guys playing with him, but it wasn't too many guys really like just, you know, putting it down. Like not like, you know, everybody plays today, you know what I'm saying? But it's like and that's what I liked about the relationship I had with Short. I think me and Short were responsible for that because we used to listen to a lot of music together. And we would appreciate those instrumental parts where it got funky. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, when they would catch moments of me, you know what I'm saying, on me and Pee Wee, you know, putting it down like that, you know, they would record for as long as they figured that, you know, they had enough of it to say, okay, I got the funk, and here it is. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but I remember that, you know, Something to Ride To, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I just think, you know, when music sounds good, you want to hear it just for as long as you can, I guess.
Yeah, well, now it makes maybe more sense too with the go-go. Just letting it play.
Right. Just let it play.
Yeah. And then did you, like, lyrically, obviously Sons of the P is all about Parliament Funkadelic, clever, and you have to kind of understand, which is something I've always loved about rap, is that if you understand it, it could mean so much more than if it's just listening to what the words are. But with that being said, with Dangerous Crew, like, what were your thoughts since they were so busy or so heavy into like the pimping in the streets and being player and all that? Was that you big into that too, or is that just you didn't care what people would say on the music?
You know, at the time, you know what I'm saying, I was just learning the game of cater to the artist, you know what I'm saying? Like I just wanted to, you know, feel like whatever artist you was or whatever you was trying to present, I could find something in the box that will go with that image. You know what I'm saying? So I was just trying to match him beat for bar. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Basically. But it wasn't, you know, it wasn't like it was it wasn't hard because it was part of the atmosphere anyway. So you just, snatch a little bit from it and let it do what it do.
Right. Okay. And then also on Shorty the Pimp, there was the Extra Dangerous Thanks, where Short mainly is just talking and thanking everybody for a while. And at that point in 92, like in 87, 88, 89, even, we had a lot of those songs on rap albums, but they had started kind of fading away. Do you remember why that was so important for Short or for you guys to have a song like that on Shorty the Pimp?
What like that? What you did the Extra Dangerous Thanks?
Yeah, just at the end where you guys, or he's just shouting everybody out.
Right, you know what I'm saying? Because it was cool to boom, 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 it was funky. You know what I'm saying? And then it was then it was time for a Short to show some homage because it wasn't like he was paying none of these guys. So I figured like what I'm saying, got to show them homage. You know what I'm saying? Everybody on the record. You know what I'm saying? I figured like Short knew he knew what he was doing. as far as taking those instrumentals and like the Dangerous Thanks, and he knew that some of these guys to hear their name on a record was all some of these guys really needed, you know what I'm saying, in their own mind, you know what I'm saying,
Right.
because it was a, I don't want to lead too far. I'm gonna let you ask questions, but it's it could have been bigger than it actually turned out to be. It really could have.
Yeah. Well, then with the Getting Where You Fit In and Cocktails, when and why, I know why Short moved to Oakland, but did you just move to be part of the crew, or did you have your own reasons for moving to Atlanta as well? Like, what was going on with you personally?
No, we decided, you know what I'm saying? It was like we was on tour with In Too Deep, the Lynch Mob, and I think Black Sheep and Ghetto Boys, I think, were the last tour. And I think the last show we did was in Atlanta. And me and Shorts decided to hang out for a few days because we wanted to look at some property. And so we kind of did, you know what I'm saying? And so it was a premeditated plan to move to Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? Because Short was kind of, the town was getting kind of funny with Short, you know what I'm saying? And he was having this little beef with the Loonies and stuff like that. So I guess, everybody was looking for, some fresh air, I guess, so to speak. And at the time, Atlanta was like beautiful, you know what I'm saying? So we just bounced down to Atlanta because, it just so things never got too monotonous and boring.
Right.
Yeah.
And how did that happen before you guys started Cocktails then? Or while you were doing it, or do you remember?
Well, I did the first version of Cocktails in Atlanta at one of my homeboy home studio. My homeboy, he started tripping, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? I said, well, I'll tell you what, you can have them masters, man. I ain't even tripping. I'm just gonna do it again. So we ended up going back to Oakland, Myrtle Street, and I did one that's on the album at Myrtle Street in Cocktails. But I never liked Cocktails. I used to try to talk Short out of it, but he had like, I gotta have this. He liked it. And then named the song, the album Cocktails. But I'm like, oh man, I got maybe won't be said better than this. This was just me, messing around. But I ain't really feeling Cocktails. I never really liked Cocktails. You know what I'm saying? But he did what he did.
Yeah. Well, what about the entire album though? The rest of the album, did you guys do it all in Oakland, or did you do some in Atlanta too?
I think most of that album, I think we did in Atlanta. I think we did most of that album at Dark at Dallas Austin Studio,
Right.
if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, because we got Tupac on a song I did in there called "Things Change," and I was just driving to the studio and bumped into Tupac in front of the rim shop. He was pulling 2 bricks out the trunk of his car. He was about to bust the windows at the rim shop, which he actually did bust the windows. I said, man, I'm on my way over here to, we're working on a short album, Pop. I said, man, why don't you come over here to Dark with me, man? And I let me get a verse. And he said, okay. And once he threw the rocks through the window, he followed me in this. He was in a gray 845, 7 something, one of them Benzes. A BMW. It's a BMW he had, a gray one. And followed me to the studio and laid that verse, man. But he took about 5 minutes, wrote us around with no paper or nothing, went right in the booth and laid it. Yeah.
Wow.
I feel like fucking with my diamond. Ain't no fear in my heart. Representing from the start to D. Yeah. Laid it down. But that was a great time, yeah.
Be sure to check out the History of Gangster Rap by Soren Baker. He's official.
History of Gangster Rap features exclusive interviews with Ice-T, Snoop Dogg, MC Ren, the D.O.C, and dozens of others. The History of Gangster Rap, a definitive look at how Los Angeles changed rap forever.
In Los Angeles, the streets definitely set the tone of the hip-hop music.
At 19, I got a $50,000 car.
My whole angle always was, I'll be street, but I will always tell you the horrors that go along with this life.
It will be penalties and casualties for just wearing the wrong color in somebody's neighborhood.
And once gangster rap made it from the streets to the TV, the genre exploded.
With Fab 5 on Yo MTV back with NWA.
Yo MTV, it just catapulted us from being local heroes to national gangbang rappers.
The History of Gangster Rap discusses it all from 1980 up till today.
It's always gonna be shit happening in the streets. You know what I mean? So it's always gonna be something to talk about.
The History of Gangster Rap in stores now.